be. All I ever wanted was to be alone and free. I don't care what you think of me. I don't care what you think of me. Well, mama, take it easy, 'cause you know what I like to do, yeah. But I spend my time with anyone you know, lady, talk to you. Well, I'm a little kind of strange woman, and you know how I like to be. All I ever wanted was to be alone and free.
Man, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Slow News Day Show. This is your morning edition. My name is Steve-Poikonen. I will be on screen in just a second. There we go. It's just me and the dog this morning, hanging out in Central California. Hope you're doing well wherever you are, wherever you're joining us from. Saw somebody over on the Rockfin from Chicago. Walked to the gas station this morning. Somebody that was working there was dressed head to toe in Bears gear. I was born a Bears fan. So before stating this, I'd overheard a conversation that she was having with somebody else, and saying that she had the memory of a goldfish. And I said, well, the great thing about being a Bears fan is that you just have to remember the one Super Bowl. We have a lot to talk about this morning. There's a ton going on. We during the live show yesterday cut to a hearing that was going on where Anthony Fauci and Rochelle Walensky, I keep calling her Susan Walensky, I don't even know why, and I apologize for that. Yeah, dude, Jethro tells us shit. Excuse me. We cut to this hearing at a very, very crucial time. Just happened to catch it live. I'm going to go back to that because it is so significant. The narrative around controlling a population by fear and coercion around a particular illness crumbling breaking apart. The counter narrative ramping up and going very strong. If the narrative is you have to lock down, live in fear, hate your neighbor, and only trust what the government tells you, that's narrative. And the counter narrative is, okay, well, you can like your neighbor, you can go outside and you can go to work. You don't have to take part in any kind of forced medical experimentation. All you have to do is vote for this particular political party. That's what we're seeing starting to shape up. That's what we're going to look at today. One of the things we're going to look at today. Crazy shit happening all over the world. The stuff in Kazakhstan, though, looks like it might be winding down a bit. Very interesting over there. Let's see what we can talk about on YouTube. Oh, this is fun. This is out of Zero Hedge. I don't know. I've been hearing quite a bit about this economic boom that we're in, this economic growth period that we've had, how good we're doing from people in the Biden sphere. I don't see it in real life. I don't see it when I go into a store, when I travel, when I go out. I don't see any evidence of it there necessarily. But according to the Biden administration, we're doing great. This is a piece out of Zero Hedge this morning that I at least can do on YouTube. U.S. consumer prices soar at fastest in 39 years. Real wages tumble for the 9th straight month. This is something that we reported on already. There was a Biden administration official that came out, I think in November, bragging about how real wages have gone up, blah, 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 or wages have gone up. They won't say real wages. Wages have gone up. Pointing to it as a sure sign of economic growth. What they're not telling you is that inflation has gone up at almost twice that real wages were capped at a 0.5 point loss last year. To jump into the article, consensus was convinced with barely any outliers that this morning's consumer price index would print with an astounding 7% year of notably 7 of the last 9 releases have come in above consensus, and they nailed it with the 7% print as the highest since June 1982 when ET was launched in the US. There we are, right there. Boom. That's the 19th straight monthly raise in headline consumer price index, and core CPI also surged to its highest since February 1991, printing hotter than expected at 5.5. Huge, not good. Under the hood, commodity shelter in new and used cars and trucks saw prices jump the most. Energy actually saw a modest 0.4% retracement. Will not be the case in January. All of this shit is out of hand. The cost of putting a roof over your head is accelerating once again. Shelter inflation rises to 4.13% this year to year, from 3.84, highest since February of 2007. If you remember, that is right as the housing crash was about to unfurl upon us. Services inflation rose 3.7%. Goods inflation soared to 10.7%. That's all the shit you buy. That's your trip to the grocery store. Finally, well, I don't know if it's most important. It's significant. It's at least as important as the price of a gallon of milk going up to $6, $7, $8. It's at least as important as what you pay at the pump if you have to travel to go to work. It's at least as important as what you pay just to have to put fuel into your body to survive. Real average hourly earnings fell down 2.4% year to year for the 9th straight month. So the next time a politician tries to tell you to be grateful that your wages are going up or you can move to a new higher paying job, just remind them that the surge in cost of living is outpacing wage gains thanks to the Fed's money large S, Congress's lockdown policies, and helicopter money have helped crash the quality of life for months. We've talked about this. We've talked about this with a number of different people. We've talked about this since the beginning. When the Fed started printing trillions of dollars like it was going out of style, I noticed. We talked about it back in 2019. In August of 2019, the Fed started just handing central reserve banks tons and tons and tons of money. That hasn't stopped. In 2020 alone, Donald Trump printed $20 trillion. It was like 40% of all the money that the US had ever printed at all inside of that 1 year. The 4 years that Donald Trump was president, the Fed printed $26 trillion and just threw it at a handful of billionaires and said, I don't know, y'all figure it out. That's untenable. I don't know what to say. I really don't. It's crazy. You can't sustain a country or an economy like that. You can't. Let's see, where was... Oh, you know what? Speaking of the $1 trillion coin, let me jump over to, I think it's this one. Yeah, this is who most likely to be incoming Fed Chair Jerome Powell just not answering a question about central bank-backed digital currency. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, my laptop is going to do this now. Oh, the screen share is fucky. Oh, that's fun. Okay, are we going to load up the actual Twitter screen? Is that going to work? Am I frozen? I look frozen. Neat. We do it live. Hopefully. Motherfuck. You know what? I've got to go away from that for a minute and see if this... I guess I got to let this shit load up first or play first. I don't know, man. This is frustrating. It really is. Trying to do all of this from my computer. Let's see if it works now. There we go. Maybe I just gotta be a little bit more patient with it, which sort of interrupts the flow of the show.
However, that report still has not been released. Do you have an update you can share on the status of the report? And are there problems with sharing this report with Congress and the public and what the Fed may be proposing with respect to possibly centralizing public digital currency?
So the report really is ready to go, and I would expect we will drop it. I hate to say it again in coming weeks, but it really is in a situation where it's ready to go. The fall for us, given changes in monetary policy and other things going on, it was hard to we didn't get it quite to where we needed to get it, but it's effectively there now. And I will tell you, it's within weeks we will be publishing it. And by the way, it's more going to be an exercise in asking questions and seeking input from the public rather than taking a lot of positions on various issues, although we do take some positions.
All right, thank you. Well, as
Really? Are you fucking kidding me? I haven't taken any hits. Maybe that's a problem. Yeah, I got like dog trying to knock over the camera and freaking all kinds of weird shit. At any rate, this computer is not functioning as it should be. Or I guess it is. It's just overworked. So at some point we're gonna have to upgrade the equipment. I don't know. I'm trying to get these clips to play without breaking the computer. If you remember pretty extensively on January 6th, we went into the background of Ray Epps. We went into a number of the figures who may have been involved in the PSYOP from January 6th, day before and whatnot. Congress, by Ted Cruz of all people, was asked about Ray Epps during the Senate committee hearing yesterday. I've got a couple of clips. The answers, they leave a lot to be desired. Let's go ahead and pull this now. Here is Senator Zodiac Killer.
I want to turn to the FBI. How many FBI agents or confidential informants actively participated in the events of January 6th?
Sir, I'm sure you can appreciate that I can't go into the specifics of sources and methods.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants actively participate in the events of January 6th? Yes or no?
Sir, I can't answer that.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants commit crimes of violence on January 6th?
I can't answer that, sir.
So that means yes. That's what that means. We're 30 seconds in. I'll back up just a little bit. We'll do this again because this is important. I'm fairly certain that most of the people who are watching the show realize that a false flag, or I really hope I'm not muted for this. Yay. False flag psychological operation went down. We talked about it the day it happened. As it went forward, more and more of the Slow News Day colleagues who were on the ground for it and filming, we got to sit down, kind of swap notes, formulated. And then through an outlet called Revolver, some incredible reporting came out about a number of protected witnesses, about this guy, Ray Epps. We're finally at a congressional hearing for it. Not that I really think anything comes of them, but in terms of being able to understand what happened is pretty fucking important. Play this again.
I want to turn to the FBI. How many FBI agents or confidential informants actively participated in the events of January 6th?
Sir, I'm sure you can appreciate that I can't go into the specifics of sources and methods.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants actively participate in the events of January 6th? Yes or no?
Sir, I can't answer that.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants commit crimes of violence on January 6th?
I can't answer that, sir.
Did any FBI agents or FBI informants actively encourage and incite crimes of violence on January 6th?
Sir, I can't answer that.
Ms. Sadburn, who is Ray Epps?
I'm aware of the individual, sir. I don't have the specific background to him.
Well, there are a lot of people who are understandably very concerned about Mr. Epps. On the night of January 5th, 2021, Epps wandered around the crowd that had gathered. And there's video out there of him chanting, "Tomorrow, we need to get into the Capitol, into the Capitol." This was strange behavior, so strange that the crowd began chanting, "Fed, fed, 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 fed."
Okay, so we played that, but they hear a fucking smarmy politician say it. Just hilarious. Absolutely just phenomenal. I'm going to come back to that. That's just funny as shit. So here's the thing, and I hope that we get to hear the testimony of it because if you thought that I can't answer that as evasive as this woman got, no.
Ms. Sandburn, was Ray Epps a Fed?
Sir, I cannot answer that question.
The next day, on January 6th, Mr. Epps is seen whispering to a person, and 5 seconds later, 5 seconds after he's whispering to a person, that same person begins to forcibly tear down the barricades. Did Mr. Epps urge them to tear down the barricades?
Sir, similar to the other answers, I cannot answer that.
Yep.
Shortly thereafter, the FBI put out a public post seeking information on individuals connected with violent crimes on January 6th. Among those individuals, in the bottom there, is Mr. Epps. The FBI publicly asked for information, offering cash rewards leading to information leading to the arrest.
Now let's see if Ted Cruz is just quoting the Revolver article here, because we covered this. We covered it the day it came out, and then we covered it again just last week. The Arizona field office of the FBI knows who Ray Epps is and now denies that he's even a person, let alone a person that lives in Arizona.
This was posted, and then sometime later, magically, Mr. Epps disappeared from the public posting. According to public records, Mr. Epps has not been charged with anything. No one's explained why a person videoed urging people to go to the Capitol, a person whose conduct was so suspect the crowd believed he was a Fed, would magically disappear from the list of people the FBI was looking at. Ms. Sandburn, a lot of Americans are concerned that the federal government deliberately encouraged illegal and violent conduct on January 6th. My question to you, and this is not an ordinary law enforcement question, this is a question of public accountability. Did federal agents or those in service of federal agent actively encourage violent and criminal conduct on January 6th?
Not to my knowledge, sir.
Thank you.
Huh. So really doing the old former Attorney General Alberto Gonzales some well, not necessarily justice, but at least an homage with all of the I can't answer that. I don't know. I'm not sure. There's a bunch of clips down that thread of like Tucker Carlson trying to figure it out. I do want to play this clip of Thomas Massey from back in October trying to ascertain as to whether or not there was a federal presence, because I'm almost positive that September, October was when the bulk of the initial reporting about the protected witness list was coming out, and so this is a good clip of Attorney General Merrick Garland trying to find words that he just doesn't have.
There's a concern that there were agents of the government or assets of the government present on January 5th and January 6th during the protests. And I've got some pictures that I want to show you. If my staff could bring those to you.
I'm going to put it out there. I'm probably going to go to jail for it, okay? Tomorrow, we need to go into the Capitol. Into the Capitol.
I'm afraid I can't see that at all.
Peacefully. Peacefully. Okay, folks.
check. Is that a approved video?
All right, you have those images there, and they're captioned. They were from January 5th and January 6th. As far as we can determine, the individual who was saying he'll probably go to jail, he'll probably be arrested, but but they need to go into the Capitol the next day, is then the next day directing people to the Capitol.
So Merrick Garland, in his position as Attorney General, is ostensibly not a stupid man. Merrick Garland has kind of made a career by pulling that blank, aw shucks, I'm a fucking idiot face, and never coming up with an answer to a question. Oh, hey, there's a freaking Super Ray. Thank you very much, Hobbs45 or Super Chat. Mickey Dolan's the last surviving monkey. Monkeys are critically endangered. Did one of the other monkeys take that last train to Clarksville? Was that? I didn't see. Let's jump back into this shit show though. Mary Garland was Chuck Grassley's pick for the Supreme Court back when Obama was punting and wanting to stack the courts for Hillary Clinton because they were so confident that Hillary Clinton was going to win. Huffington Post, of all places, had some decent reporting on there where they quoted Brian Schatz is saying, like, yeah, no, we screwed up. We really should have stacked the court when we had the opportunity to. Now it looks like Trump's gonna. Honestly, that may benefit the anti-mandate crowd. So I don't even know if I'm pissed about that. But yeah, let's take this back a few seconds and go back into it.
The individual who was saying he'll probably go to jail, he'll probably be arrested, but but they need to go into the Capitol the next day, is then the next day directing people to the Capitol. And as far as we can find, this individual has not been charged with anything. You said this is one of the most sweeping investigations in history. Have you seen that video or those frames from that video?
So as I said at the outset, one of the norms of the Justice Department is to not comment on impending investigations, and particularly not to comment about particular scenes or particular individuals.
Okay, I was hoping today to give you an opportunity to put to rest the concerns that people have that there were federal agents or assets of the federal government present on January 5th and January 6th. Can you tell us, without talking about particular incidents or particular videos, how many agents or assets of the federal government were present on January 6th, whether they agitated to go into the Capitol, and if any of them did?
So I'm not going to violate this norm of the rule of law. I'm not going to comment on an investigation that's ongoing.
Yeah. So we're actually not gonna get into that. And so never mind. Wild. Also, fuck Merrick Garland. We've been going about. Yeah, no, that's a great point, Razel. That is a great point. How dare you quote rule of law as you obviously lie to our faces? And he wasn't even necessarily pointing to any specific law. This is a norm. This is the standard practice by which the Department of Justice operates. Look, I showed up today. That's what you get, bitches. No, I'm not going to answer your questions. Are you kidding me? I'm a lawyer. I know better than to give an answer during a congressional hearing. I'm trying to stay out of prison here. I mean, that's what they're doing. Essentially, that's and I've said this in reference to the Assange case too. It doesn't matter if they're breaking the law every step of the way. When they get their way, all they have to do is say, well, we were trying to establish a new precedent. Sure, we may have violated every tenet of every other existing law in order to set this precedent, but that's what we had to do. That's what we had to do. I think at this point, it is probably a good idea to do the rest of the show off YouTube. So I'm going to grab the Rockfin link, throw it in the YouTube chat right now. You do not need a subscription to the Rockfin to watch the show. Just click the link. If you want to participate in the live chat, you can make your free Rockfin account. If you love what we do, you can endorse the channel. It's $9.99 a month. You get all of the paywalled content on the network. It's a great way to support your favorite content creators and not have to pay an individual price per content creator to access paywalled stuff. Give us a shout over there. We love the hell out of you. YouTube, please join us tomorrow morning. John F. O'Donnell will be back on the program. Really enjoy hanging out with that dude. We'll probably be able to do a little bit of that portion on YouTube. I'm not sure. He's been coming in hot, and he's got a new like comedy web series about this whole fucking dystopic shit show that we're living in. You should check him out if you're not already subscribed to his YouTube or Rockfin channel. John F. O'Donnell, former Redacted Tonight correspondent, stand-up comedian, all around lovely human being. Click that link to the Rockfin. We will see you